This is Carl at PanelRV Detroit. I'm going to walk through this 2022 Mesa Ridge travel trailer. Model number 241BH, as in bunkhouse. Okay, so this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So you have power stabilizer jacks. I'll show you the switch when we get to them. And here we have an outside kitchen, refrigerator, of course. This is a sprayer port for a sprayer that comes with it. I'll show you that when we get to it. It's probably up in the front compartment. You have a 2-burner cooktop here, okay, and let me look here. You have outside speakers, an automatic or a power awning with LED strips, a vent for the range hood. Make sure if you're venting to the outside, you pop the baffle loose up there so it flaps freely. Power, of course. Your water heater, which works on both gas and electric, and is empty right now in bypass because it's winterized, but I'll show you the switches for it when we get inside. Never run the water heater without water in it, of course. This is prepped for backup camera and 2 side cameras, so keep that in mind that if you were to purchase the kit, it's a Furrion kit. I think this is Furrion, let me look. Yeah, Furrion kit. The camera would go on here and on the other side, and then one would go in the back also, if you wanted to add something like that on. Your hitch is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So we'll show you how that operates when you pick up. That's a drill attachment right there for a 1/4 inch or 3/4 inch hex, and there's a crank. And 2 cranks actually. One is the cylinder with a slot cut in it, so you can operate the power tongue jacks if they happen to fail, for example. Let me see if I can see it over here. You can put the crank with the cylinder with a slot on it over this shaft with a pin through it, and you can crank it manually. Okay. This here is your solar controller. So the thing to worry about is the upper right hand button. Right now we got 13.4, I don't know if you can see this, we got 13.4 volts DC in the system. We're gaining 0.8 amps from the sun, from the solar panel, and being stored in the battery, and those are amp hours, and back to the voltage. So you get 3 different readouts from it. You get the DC voltage of the system, what's being gained amp-wise from the solar panels, how many amps is being stored into the batteries, and then amp hours, which is running time, okay? Deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks full. You have a power tongue jack here. Now there's a 3/4 inch crank in there plus the 3/4 inch drill attachment. If this power tongue jack ever failed, you can pull this plug out and put the crank on there and crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble. Okay. This is your sprayer here. Okay. This is your 3/4 inch crank. This is the cylinder with the slot cut in it that you can use on your power tongue jacks if they happen to fail. This is a dump hose. Okay. Here we have the front stabilizer switch. One switch controls both front, and then the other switch controls both rears. So it's very simple, just like that. Of course, you don't lift the trailer with the jacks, you just stabilize it. Okay. You have your 30-foot, 30-amp power cord, and we give you a reducer to reduce it down to 20 amp. This is your water station here. Let's see. So you look at this drawing here. When you see when this blue valve is horizontal, you fill the fresh water tank. When it's vertical like it is now, it's city water hookup. So you hook your hose onto here, turn it on, and right now it would send water to all the fixtures, right? If you're camping someplace out in the boondocks or whatever that doesn't have city water and you want to fill your fresh water tank so you can pump the water out with the onboard pump, you would switch it this way, right? And it'll fill, instead of going to the different fixtures, the water will fill the tank. So, okay, this is a black tank flush right here. That's basically after you dump your black tank, right? After you dump the black tank, you can leave the valve open, hook the hose at the dump station right onto here, and turn it on, and it'll spray out your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing, so you get a good, accurate reading, that sort of thing. So that's the black tank flush. Rear stabilizer switch, housing for the backup camera pre-wire. You have a ladder which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days or so. You have to go up, somebody has to go up there and look at it, because you can't see what's happening on the roof unless you go up there and look. And so to protect your investment, you need to have somebody inspect it, like I said, every 90 days or so. It should be part of your regular maintenance, all right? People generally don't inspect their roof enough, generally speaking. Okay, so this is your control panel here. Your slide room switch, your power awning, lights here, your water pump on and off. That water pump's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water, right? It's also used to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is right there. To turn on the electric heating element is right there. Never run these without water in the tank. And then of course you have your battery, your fresh water tank, all your readouts in your tank right here. And it reads out in it goes up in 1/3 increments, okay? When it comes to your sound, the sound bar has FM radio, no AM. It has a USB drive, so you could, take all your MP3s, put them onto one USB drive and take them with you, for example. You have an HDMI in. If you need to go into the system with let's say, a portable Blu-ray player or something, you can plug it right in there. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. And you have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Your TV is on a swing out bracket, so make sure you clip it into place so it doesn't swing around when you're traveling. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood vent here. Remember I told you that if you're going to run the fan, you need to open the baffle on the outside so it flaps freely, okay? Alrighty, the range, looks like they all do. Now this tank was disconnected, so it takes a few minutes to get the gas up, or a few clicks anyway, to get the gas up after you disconnected the tank. But now it should work. There we go. Now that you get rid of that air bubble, it'll as soon as you just click it once, it'll light. So that's only when you change out the tank you're going to have that issue. This is for your oven here. To light your oven, you've also got lights here. Okay. This is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in to shore power, you got 110 AC at these circuit breakers here. They're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted down to 12 volt DC on this side, so you got 12 volt fuses plus a couple of breakers. So that's where 12 volts power comes from. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery sitting up on the tongue in the front of the trailer, how much energy it has, and it'll send as many DC amps necessary to keep it charged while you're plugged in. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator charges the battery through the charge line, and then your solar panel will be sending voltage as it can, depending on the conditions outside. So 3 different ways to charge your battery. All right. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If not, get it serviced. If that goes off, it's either detected carbon monoxide buildup or LP gas, so it's very important, obviously. Make sure it's always green. Okay. Your thermostat is right here. You have to hold it to turn it on and off. When you hit the mode button, hold it for a few seconds and then it'll light up. Right now that fan just came on, which somebody must have been fiddling with it, but I'll show you how it works here. Dry, cool, heat, which is where we were, and then let me get back to heat, I'm sorry. Air conditioning there, heat, and then you're just going to hold it to shut it off, like so. It'll still cycle through, you'll still hear it running, but after it cycles through, it'll shut off. As soon as you shut that off, the gas shuts off. You just need to let it complete its cycle. Okay, so front bedroom. You have storage underneath here, underneath the mattress. This is telling you that it's pre-wired for this public Wi-Fi signal booster and router. So basically on the roof there's another port where you hook the antenna to, and then a router box would fit right here, and it just gives your family better Wi-Fi if you wanted. It's an option if you want to add it. If you're interested, just scan this code and it'll show you the different options that are available, but it's all pre-wired, so it's pretty much a plug-and-play deal. Alright. TV hookups here, and a backing plate for a swing-out bracket. You can drop the legs on this and set the tabletop onto these cleats here and turn it into a bed. Alright. You have shower. Works like any other shower. We're still cleaning here, so it's a bit dirty. You have a sink, works like any other sink, and then this is, of course, is a GFCI plug. All the plugs in the trailer, including the one on the outside, are wired through a GFCI. So if you're using something outside that pops, you'll reset it in here. The toilet works like all RV toilets. It sits right over a black tank, or all travel trailer toilets. There's a flush pedal there. It sits over a black tank. This is antifreeze you're looking at here. But when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, obviously. Then you'll come inside and you'll put 1 dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal and hold it down and let at least a gallon of water go in there along with the chemical. Then it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry. It'll get clogged up for one thing. Second thing is it'll smell terrible. So you always want to have at least a gallon of water and chemical in the tank before you start using it, okay? Alrighty. Okay. Refrigerator. We still haven't peeled this off. This is just protective covering here. But this is a gas absorption refrigerator. So you turn it on, then you go to the mode. The plug's telling you it's on electric right now, which is 110 AC. If you hit it again, that's telling you it's running on gas. But if you go like this, that's auto electric. A with a picture of the plug. That's what you want. Auto electric means that it always seeks out electricity first, and if it finds it, it'll run on it. If it can't find it, it'll switch to gas automatically. Or if you're gone for the day adventuring and you have a power failure at the campground, it'll sense that and it'll automatically light the refrigerator on gas so you don't spoil your food. So auto electric is the most common way when you would use. This is your temperature. Generally speaking, you'll have it up all the way. All right. Occasionally you'll have to turn it down if it's getting cold outside or cooler outside and it starts to frost up, but almost always it's going to be up all the way. Okay. Emergency window works like they all do. You just push through all the way through. Then you would grab a hold. Here, let me get the shade out of the way. Then you grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape during an emergency. Okay. Has USB chargers on the wall, all the usual stuff. Okay. Okay. So that looks like it. So first of all, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Keep in mind that you want to inspect the roof regularly. Make sure there's no damage to the roofing material or the roofing attachments. That could be done like by, let's say, low branches or road debris flying up there. Look at the sealant. Make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through, that sort of thing. So you can't see what's happening on the roof unless you look, so it's important to inspect it. And next, this is This is winterized right now, so the water's been purged from the system, replaced with antifreeze. The water heater is in bypass mode and it's empty right now, so keep that in mind. When you get ready to camp, if your water heater is empty, if you've drained it, always remember to let it fill with water before you turn it on. That's important, okay? Thank you.